In a quiet little village, there lived an old woman, known to everyone for her kind heart and gentle smile. No matter the weather-bright sunshine or a raging storm, she always seemed peaceful. People often sought her out to share their worries or ask for advice. Her words were few, but they always brought comfort. One afternoon, a young woman came to visit. Her eyes were tired and swollen, as if she'd been crying for hours. She sat beside the old woman and asked softly, "Grandmother, how are you always so happy? No matter what happens, you never seem sad? Don't you ever feel bad when things go wrong?" The old woman smiled and poured her a cup of warm tea. "My dear," she said, "happiness doesn't come from what happens around us. It comes from what we carry inside." The young woman frowned, confused. "I don't understand," she said. "When bad things happen, how can anyone stay happy?" The old woman's gaze drifted to a small oil lamp beside her, its flame dancing gently in the breeze. "Let me tell you something," she began quietly. "When I was young, I had a husband and children. We were poor, but we were happy. Our house was small, but it was filled with laughter and love." She paused, her eyes soft with memory. "One day my husband fell sick. We tried everything we could, but we had no money for proper treatment. His health grew worse with each passing day. When he finally left this world, I thought my heart would break. I cried for days and nights. I felt there was no light left in my life." The young woman listened in silence, her eyes wide with sadness. The old woman continued, "After some time, I had a realization. Crying wouldn't bring him back. My children still needed me. They needed my love, my strength. So I wiped my tears and decided to live again. Slowly, I began to understand. Life gives us both good and bad days. Can't stop the storms, but we can choose how to face them." She reached out and touched the little lamp. "Every morning," she said, "I light this flame, and I tell myself, this is a new day. I will find one reason to smile. Some days, that reason is small. Maybe it's the sun shining through the window, the sound of a bird singing, or a kind word from a neighbor. But there is always something good, if we just look for it." The young woman was quiet for a long while, then she asked softly, "But what if something truly bad happens again? How can a person still stay happy then?" The old woman nodded slowly. "It's not easy," she said gently. "When pain comes, we feel it, and that's okay. But I remind myself that nothing lasts forever. Good times pass, and so do the bad ones. When something painful happens, I try to see what I still have. My health, my friends, my memories, or simply the gift of being alive. Happiness is a choice, my dear. We can look at the darkness and feel sad, or we can look for the light and feel thankful." The young woman watched the lamp flame again. It flickered softly, but it never went out. She looked at the old woman's calm face, and finally a small smile touched her lips. "Thank you," she whispered. "I think I understand now." That night, when she returned home, she found a small oil lamp in her room. She lit it carefully and whispered the same words the old woman had said. "This is a new day. I will find one reason to smile." At first, the reasons were small. The morning breeze, the laughter of children outside, the smell of fresh bread. But soon her heart began to change. Even when life felt heavy, she remembered the old woman's words. And as the days passed, she noticed something remarkable. The light inside her never went out. In time, others in the village saw the change in her. They, too, began to ask how she stayed so peaceful. She would smile, just as the old woman once did, and say, "Happiness doesn't come from the world around us. It begins inside our hearts." And so, a small flame of peace spread quietly through the whole village. All because one old woman had kept her lamp burning and her heart full of light. This story is a beautiful reminder that our inner world shapes our outer experience. If you're going through a tough time, please remember that it's okay to seek support. There are people who care and resources available to help you find your light again. Thanks for listening. If this story touched your heart, consider subscribing for more tales that inspire and uplift.